to configure and enable Telnet access on a Cisco router and switch. Plan is to configure Telnet access on router 1 and also on switch 1. Telnet session will be established from management laptop. First session will be from management laptop to router 1 and then to switch 1. Interface gigabit 0/0 needs IP address and switch virtual interface also. Let's start with configuration. Configure terminal, assign IP address to interface gigabit 0/0 with command IP address 192.168.1.1 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0. No shut. This will turn on interface gigabit 0/0 and change state to up. First, create username and password. I will use username lab and password 123. Line VTY 0 to 15, or you can do 0 to 4 or any range up to 15. The VTY lines are the virtual terminal lines of the router used to control inbound Telnet's connection. Login local command will use the password and username that we just created. Transport input Telnet specifies that Telnet can be used as an incoming protocol. Now we can test our configuration from management laptop. Type Telnet and add IP address of device that you are going to connect to. I'm using 192.168.1.1. Username lab, password 123. You can see that we got message that no password is set. This means that enable password has to be created for this user. When you are creating this password, you can use either enable password or enable secret command. I will use enable secret and 111. Enable password creates an enable password that is stored in your configuration file. To view this password, simply run show running configuration. If you create secret password, it won't be readable in configuration file. It is more secure way. As you can see, this time access is granted. Let's do one more time to see all steps from beginning. Username lab, password 123, and then we need to put enable secret, which is 111. Now create username lab1, adding privilege level command. Now you can set different privilege levels for users. There are 0 to 15 levels where highest number gives the most power. I will create user lab1 with level 15 and password 123. Now When we try Telnet session again, username lab1, password 123, as you can see, this user has access directly into configuration mode without need to enter enable password. Now I will show you how to enable Telnet session by using only password without username. First, enable secret. In my case it will be 111. Then configure line VTY 0 to 15. Then password 123. This password will be used to log in into router via Telnet connection. Now we will use just login command instead login local like in previous example, and transport input Telnet to allow Telnet connection. Now we can test our configuration from management laptop. With Telnet command and IP address, we are going to log in into the router, and you can see this time different authentication process. You are prompted only for a password without username. Also you need to enter now enable password, which we create, and you are into the router. Configure switch 1. Only difference in configuration is that on switch 1 you need to configure switch virtual interface with valid IP address and to turn it on with no shut command. So now we are adding address 192.168.1.5 and subnet mask 24. No shut command will change interface state to app, or actually virtual interface to app. And now all other steps for Telnet configuration will be the same as we did for the router. Username lab, pass privilege 15, and password will be 123. Enable secret 1111. Line VTY 0 to 4. Login local command that we use username and password for authentication, and transport input Telnet to allow Telnet connection. Now we can test connection from management laptop. We are going to Telnet into the switch, and now we are adding the IP address of that switch virtual interface which we configured, adding username and password, and you can see that we are successfully connected into the switch 1. Thank you for watching.